Alright Pirates, we're back with another video today. It's going to be a little bit of a different type of video, kind of a follow-up to my controller PvP video. I'm going to show you guys the controller that I'm recommending to anyone trying to get better at Sea of Thieves, or any shooter really, in 2021. It's going to be the Razer Wolverine Tournament Edition. This controller is fantastic. I'm going to show you guys what I like about it. A couple of things I don't love, and compare it to the controller that I came from, which is the Elite. But this controller has helped me improve significantly in everything from Halo to Sea of Thieves and any other game I play. Let's get into it. So, here it is. In my opinion, the best controller to play Sea of Thieves with in 2021. After having used the traditional Xbox controller, the Elite controller for years, and now getting this, I feel like I can speak to this a little bit. So I'm going to go over a few things I like, a couple things I don't like, how this beats that, and a couple ways that beats this as well. First thing, these sticks right here, they feel so good. They're super stiff. The top here has a large area. It just feels really good to rest your thumbs on here, and the stiffness kind of allows, it at least has allowed me to be more accurate in everything from Sea of Thieves to other shooters and other games that I play. The second thing, this is going to go in the good and bad, but these 4 extra buttons here, you got 2 on the top, kind of by the triggers. You got 2 on the back. They're perfect. They're perfect for Sea of Thieves. They're nice and separated, so you're not hitting the wrong thing. We'll get more into that with that later. And they're just really good. For me personally, it's a jump, fruit, throwables. Haven't bound that one yet. Kind of got to decide what I want to put there, but yeah, it's been perfect with these extra buttons here. Third thing, it's kind of just like a cosmetic thing, but you know, whatever, it matters. This RGB lighting here, it's got like 16 million colors kind of fluctuating through here. You can customize it in the app, a bunch of different options in there, but yeah, it just looks nice. There's no other controller manufacturer that makes these like this, so it's just nice. It really is. Number 4. The grip on the rear, really solid feeling, really solid feeling. If you've used normal Xbox controllers or any budget controller, just kind of the same materials that's on this is on the back, just not as nice feeling as this grip here. Feels really good resting in the hand. And the 5th is the Razer app. I'm gonna put on the screen right now. It's very simple to use. You can make multiple profiles. You can adjust plenty of things. Won't go into it too much, not really the point of this video. There's other videos you can look at, but yeah, it's really nice. Alright, let's get into a couple things that I would consider cons. The first one is the buttons here and the buttons here are not as easy to reach as you might think. Now, I have average hands, but even for me, you know, it's not like you're like stretching over here to really hit these, but especially coming from that, and again, I'm going to compare these two in a second, but especially coming from that, these did feel hard to reach at first. And also, this is how I play for whatever reason. I got my left index doing left trigger and left bumper. I got my right finger for right trigger, my right index for right bumper. So I'm going to be hitting this with my middle finger. It just kind of felt just a hair awkward. I mean, I'm getting more used to it, but for whatever reason, it just felt a hair awkward. So they're not as easy to reach as you might expect. So that's one issue I have with it. The second one is wired only. It's not really a big deal for me and my setup. It might be for you. The cable itself is about 10 feet long. Nice, sturdy, good material. But yeah, it's a wired controller only. So if that's something, it's definitely something to consider. All right, let's compare this to the Elite. So again, the reason I like this better, sticks are stiffer. I know I mentioned that earlier, but if you compare the area on the top of the sticks to the area on top of this, huge difference. Even out the box, this is looser than this one. It's just a better feeling controller, and again, it's made me more accurate. Your mileage may vary, obviously. Second thing I feel like this wins in is the button sturdiness. If you take a look here, this is Elite V1. This aluminum color top, this is not how this came. The reason this looks like this is because I've replaced this whole top part 4 times because of broken bumpers. These bumpers, and that is from nothing except just normally playing with them. I play other games, but aside from Sea of Thieves, yes, but in Sea of Thieves, you are hitting these quite a bit. These are going to break. I promise you, they're going to break. On the regular Xbox One controllers, on that, again, 4 bumpers I've replaced. Got them on Amazon. There's a whole kit to replace them. These, from my personal experience, yes, it's only been 3 or 4 weeks, but you could tell these feel like more sturdy bumpers. On top of that, I'm gonna reference V Kuda's video here, who went into a deep dive on this, and from his research, this was the controller with the fewest complaints for sturdiness issues and reliability issues. The whole thing just feels very, very sturdy. I'm gonna let you guys hear these bumpers. They almost feel mechanical. I think they're mechanical, but just listen. Compared to the typical bumpers you'd expect on a controller. It's a more sturdy controller. Another thing I feel like this wins in, and yes, I'm kind of going back and forth here when it comes to these 4 buttons, but where they're separated, you're not going to accidentally hit the wrong button, because you got your left side, right side down here, you got your left side, right side down here. When it came to the Elite controller, all 4 of your buttons are kind of on top of each other, so you got to get used to hitting all 4 and not messing up. For me personally, that was not something I was able to do with any amount of finesse, I guess you would say. I couldn't get efficient at it. I actually had these 2 off and just used these 2 because I kept hitting the wrong thing. As I was trying to hit this, I would hit this, and vice versa. Do not have that problem on this because it's a completely different location on the controller to hit these 2 than it is to hit these 2. Another way this wins is it's cheaper. Right now on Amazon, this is $100. I'll put the link in the description. This is the V1. I'm not sure they even produce this anymore. The V2 is $180. So you're going to get this for $80 cheaper. This does go up to $120 sometimes, I believe, but you're definitely going to get this cheaper. On top of that, this has got a longer warranty. 1-year warranty with this thing. This right here, 90 days. Some ways that the Elite does win, just for full disclosure here, put this back here. The Elite comes with all this. So these are different thumbsticks, different D-pad. So you got a total of 3 different thumbsticks you can put. You can put the short concave on top, the long concave on top. You can see there, maybe. Yep. And then you kind of got the dome top, which I think is absolute garbage. I don't know why anybody would want that, but that's an option if you want it. Then you got this multi-functional D-pad here, and all this comes off here. Place that real quick, put that on there, whatever combination you want. Second way this wins over this Wolverine here, let me get this out of the way, is it's got a hardwire profile switcher. Hardware profile switcher. I had this for Sea of Thieves and Fortnite, I believe, so I could just quickly swap back and forth if I was swapping games. No such thing on here. You have to go into the software and switch the profile yourself. To reference what I was talking about, the paddles on this versus the buttons on this and the reachability. So you can see the paddles on this stick much further out than the buttons on the back of the Wolverine. I mean, they come almost past this little connector line here, whereas this is pretty far off away from it. So this one is easier to reach these paddles. I mean, your hands, you can't avoid them. You really can't. I mean, they come out pretty far. Whereas these, you kind of got to reach. Again, still prefer this because of the separation. But it is something to keep in mind. If you got small hands, this controller may not work for you. It really might not. That's how far down they are. Alright guys, we're going to end this one here. I believe I've adequately covered why I believe the Razer Wolverine Tournament Edition is the best controller for Sea of Thieves in 2021. But if I haven't, let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you need to know anything else, I'll respond as quick as I can. And if I don't have the answer, I'll get you the answer. We'll see you on the next one.